I'm honestly just a hairstylist extraordinaire, so...
Welcome! In this video, I'm going to show you the final Rocky Horror inspired look that I did for this week's This is Halloween. So of course I had to do a frank-n-furter inspired look, and here we are. I'm so excited to see the redo, reboot, whatever you want to call it, that's going to air tonight.
Still not sponsored.
I can't wait to see Laverne Cox just kill this role like I know she will. And yeah. Rocky Horror has been one of my favorite movies since I first saw those red lips just kind of zoom into the screen. I think it was like the night before Halloween, but since I was like, and here we are. So for this year's frank-n-furter inspired look, I wanted to take it into a very kind of
drag area, I guess. I wanted to go for very like super exaggerated arched eyebrows, a very like angled eyeliner that's just very kind of geometric and just like ridiculous. I wanted to go for like the divine eyebrow and like a big pointy mouth. So
that's what I did. So yeah, stay tuned if you want to see how I did this frank-n-furter inspired look. Alright, so I'm starting off with foundation already applied, and I'm just going to deepen up these contours with the NYX blush in taupe to get a little bit more of a precise application for the darkest, deepest part of this contour. I'm kind of flattening this brush just so I can get it a little bit stronger where I want it. After contouring, I went ahead and laid down some translucent powder on all of my highlights. This is going to catch any fallout and also help to brighten up these highlights as I do the rest of my face. To start off this eye, I went ahead and laid down a general shape guideline, whatever, of what I wanted this eyeliner to be like. It's basically a large triangle just on my face. Moving on to the crease, I used a lip liner so I could precisely map out and carve out where I want this new lid to be, and then I just kind of smudged and blended that out so I could then bring some shadows into this crease. And I'm just using a kind of brown shadow and blending this around, you know, smoking out the lower lash line a little bit, blending this into the crease, and then I'm darkening that with a matte black shadow, and again blending back and forth between that brown shadow and this black, and just deepening and carving out this new eyelid shape. I wanted to pull from the classic kind of silver frank-n-furter eyeshadow situation, so I put the ColourPop shadow in Liberty all over this new lid, and then I went ahead and blended back at this crease a little bit, and then using a damp brush I put some iridescent glitter all over that silver shadow just to add some extra sparkle, and then I highlighted the inner corner, first laying down a little bit of the NYX Jumbo Pencil and Milk, then I put this iridescent pigment from TKP Trading on top, and boom, inner corner highlight. Now I'm just going over this really geometric steep liner with a sparkly black shadow. As you can see, I left this weird little cutout in it because I'm going to add a pop of color later, and then I pulled that same sparkly black shadow into the crease, just continuing to carve out and deepen, darken, add dimension and stuff. Now I'm going into that pop of color, and I'm just using a wet brush to apply this blue shadow to bring some blue into it, just because I feel like frank-n-furter has that. Maybe that's during the floor show. I can't remember. I just always associate blue shadow for some reason. Then I used a holographic glitter liner. I believe it's from NYX. I'm not sure because the label has worn off, but I put that in this new under lower lash line, whatever you want to call it. I put some black gel liner in the inner and outer corners. Basically, I put the black where the black wing was touching it, and then I put this blue ColourPop liner in the center to continue that pop of color and kind of open the eye a little bit maybe. Moving on to the brows, I laid down the first kind of situation with Dope Taupe by ColourPop, and then I went over and deepened that and made it, you know, strong and stuff and things with the ColourPop pencil in Bang and Brunette, and then I just deepened up it all with a matte black shadow but I kept the darkest point at the tail. I then cleaned up the brow with some concealer, set that with some translucent powder, and then highlighted my new brow bone, which is, you know, casually on my forehead, with the NYX highlighter in Ritualistic, before going back and making sure that this crease was blending up into that new highlighted brow bone and blending that up into the brow and just making sure the crease was blended to my liking. I then dusted off all of that excess powder, highlighted again with that NYX highlighter in Ritualistic, and went into the lips. I started off by basically lining this pointy, exaggerated lip with a black liquid lipstick, and I kind of pulled out the outer corners into a point just to make them more dramatic, and then I put a bright red liquid lipstick in the center and blended it out to get this kind of ombre situation with a black liner and this bright red center, and it like obviously fades from black to like a deep red to the bright red. So yeah, all the stuff and things. I then sprayed my face with some setting spray, threw on some lashes, and called it Frank.
How do you do? I see you've met my YouTube channel. I'm a doctor, and I figured out how to make people. Perfect for all those times when you're just ready to like shiver with anticipation.
I also decided not to like try to go for the like kind of curly frank-n-furter look because that's always, so I threw on this hair.
And I went to go for that kind of like just pulled up and out of the way look, as if I am, you know, moving these sculptures around because I done hit the Medusa thing and turned people into sculptures and statues, and now I'm moving them around and staging them on the stage so that we can do the floor show. So right now I have to have my hair up and out of the way so it's not like getting messed up and not touching me.
So like that's the kind of look I wanted to go for. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the last of my 2016 Rocky Horror inspired looks, and check out the rest of the Halloween looks that I've done, and we come in peace.